You can't talk outlaw without talking California. This is the state that gave us the Hells Angels, Mongols, Vagos, the Boozefighters. It's the same land where Hollywood stars like Jesse James, Jay Leno, and Keanu Reeves keep the culture alive. From riots to the craziest vehicles you will ever see, let's get into it.
We run the night, we run the night, run.
Big shout to the Ghosts and the Ghostettes. Welcome to Demons Row TV, the holy grail of MC culture, where we cover everything motorcycle and motorcycle club involved. I'm Sos the Ghost. I'm your host for the evening. People always compliment me on my bike. Paintwork, Malo, Junior's Customs, Inglewood, California. Also the Forks, Mikey Loco, Dirtbags, California. I have to say it, and honestly, I don't think it's controversial. California has the dopest bikes on the planet. In my opinion, what kind of bike looks better than a Vikla? Let me know in the comments what state you think has better bikes if it's not Cali. So we're going to talk motorcycle clubs first, then we're going to talk celebrity bikers from Cali, then the top 8 places to ride, and then the best rallies to go to. California is the mother of motorcycle clubs. It's the birthplace of some of the most legendary MCs in the world. This is where the culture was forged. Check out this list. Hells Angels, 1948, Fontana. Mongols MC, 1969, Montebello. Vagos MC, 1965, San Bernardino. Galloping Goose MC, 1942, Los Angeles. Satan Slaves MC, 1967, Southern California. The Chosen Few, 1959, Los Angeles. The East Bay Dragons, 1959, Oakland. The Soul Brothers MC, 1967, Sacramento. The Devil's Disciples MC, 1967. The Diablos MC, mid-1960s, San Bernardino. The Straight Satans MC, 1960s, Venice. The Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington, 1945, San Bernardino. The list goes on and on with this state. And the funny thing is too, if you check the comparisons, this is very similar to hip hop. MC culture started in New York, the Yonkers MC, and California brought in the outlaw lifestyle. In the Bronx, hip hop was formed, and then years later, Cali took it and made gangster rap. Cali, Can We Hug? So let's talk more about these legendary clubs, and let's start it off with the Boozefighters MC, the original Outlaws. Rumor has it that it was a booze fighter who threw the first punch at a member of the AMA to kick off the Hollister rally incident. This incident sparked the term one percenter. The Boozefighters MC came out of California in 1946, just after World War II, founded by Wino Willie Faulkner and a crew of vets who wanted to ride, drink, and raise hell. That punch sparked Hollywood to turn it into a movie, The Wild One, with Marlon Brando, sparking the whole outlaw biker image. But the Boozefighters aren't just history, they got star power too. Everybody knows actor Robert Patrick, best known as T-1000 in Terminator 2 for his roles in Sons of Anarchy and Peacemaker. He's a proud Boozfighter member. That connection bridges old school MC tradition with mainstream Hollywood. While other clubs were making headlines for war and courtroom drama, the Boozefighters cemented their legacy. The original California Outlaw Club, the ones who set the stage for everything that came after. Now let's talk black and white, because you can't talk California without talking about the Mongols MC. Founded in Montebello, California in 1969, from the streets of East LA to the deserts of Nevada, their name has become legend, standing up to the Hells Angels when everybody wanted to join them, because this was the club that had multiple movies, magazines. Everybody wanted to be a part of this movement, and they had to stand tall against them. Their clash with the Hells Angels at the Laughlin River Run turned into one of the most infamous biker wars ever caught on camera, putting the Mongols in national headlines. But beyond the battles, the Mongols have had famous names tied to them, like Jesse the Body Ventura, pro wrestling icon, Hollywood actor, and governor of Minnesota. He still holds the title of retired member, a fact that shocked mainstream America. On top of that, the Mongols fought one of the most infamous courtroom wars in MC history when the federal government tried to strip them of their patch, the sacred Mongol logo, and lost. From Montebello roots to courtroom victories, the Mongols turned California into their empire, etching their name in both outlaw history and American pop culture forever. The Vagos MC. If you've ever been to California, you know, if you see a sea of hunters and bikers in green patches, it's the Vagos. Their presence is undeniable in Cali. Founded in San Bernardino, California in 1965, and they stamped their identity in green, becoming one of the most recognizable in the biker world. From the jump, they spread through the West Coast, earning a reputation as one of California's heaviest outlaw clubs. Their name has been tied to major clashes like the 2011 shootout at a Nevada casino that brought national headlines, but the roots always trace back to San Bernardino, the heart of SoCal biker culture. The Vagos also made their way into pop culture. They've been featured in documentaries, outlaw biker books, and even referenced in Sons of Anarchy storylines as one of the real-life clubs that inspired the characters. With thousands of members from across the U.S. to Latin America, the Vagos started as a California crew, but built themselves up into a global force, carrying that San Bernardino origin everywhere they go. Real quick, if you enjoy MC culture content, smash the like and the subscribe button. Give me a pound wherever you're from. Get your Boozefighters mask, shades, Demons Row snapbacks in all colors, tank tops, crew necks, track races. We got it all, and you can get it on www.demonsrow.com. Let's get back into it. The Hells Angels, the standard of MC culture, were born in Fontana, California in 1948. And from day one, they became more than just a motorcycle club. They became legends. Out of Oakland, Sonny Barger turned the Angels into a global powerhouse. The name everybody knew. Their reach was so heavy, Hollywood couldn't ignore it. They were the inspiration behind the movies like Hell's Angels on Wheels, and even influenced shows decades later like Sons of Anarchy. George Christie, one of their most famous members, someone that I consider a brother and a friend, carried the Olympic torch, putting a 1%er patch in front of the whole world. In the 90s, they even stormed the world of pro wrestling, rolling out with Hulk Hogan, rest in peace, and the NWO in a packed arena. And through it all, California was the stage. From San Bernardino to Oakland, the Hells Angels weren't just in headlines, they were shaping American culture. Even Tucker Carlson spoke at Sonny Barger's funeral. The Hells Angels have cemented themselves as legends in the MC world and in popular culture. The Satan Slaves MC. The Satan Slaves roared out of Southern California in 1967 with a reputation for being as hardcore as anyone on the road. In their heyday, they were just as respected as the Angels, and this is from people that are angels that said this. Feared in the streets of California for how deep and how wild they are. Their legacy stamped even deeper when many passed over to the Hells Angels, showing the level of respect they carried in California's outlaw scene. The Chosen Few MC. The Chosen Few was founded in Los Angeles, California in 1959. They changed the outlaw world forever. They were the first recognized interracial outlaw club in the United States at a time where other clubs kept colors closed. This was a crazy time in history. The Chosen Few opened the doors to brothers from every background, and that made them stand out in the middle of LA's turbulent history. They became legends on the streets of South Central and East LA, rolling heavy and making their mark not just on riders, but as culture pioneers. Their name spread through documentaries and biker books, and their reputation made them one of California's most respected independent clubs. While the Angels, Mongols, and Vagos were making headlines in wars and courtrooms, the Chosen Few built their fame on unity and strength and breaking barriers. And they went through a lot with other clubs who wouldn't accept it. They had to stamp and let them know, like, we're here. That move didn't just make them famous in California, it carved their place in a bigger story of outlaw motorcycle history. The East Bay Dragons MC. The East Bay Dragons were founded in Oakland, California in 1959 by Toby Gene Livingston, and they held the crown as one of the oldest all-black motorcycle clubs in America. Unlike most outlaw clubs, the Dragons rode Harleys and stayed true to their community, becoming a cornerstone of Oakland culture. They weren't just bikers, they were connected with the Black Panthers and the local civil rights movement in the streets of Oakland. Their clubhouse became a landmark, a spot where community leaders, activists, and riders crossed paths. The Dragons showed the world that MC culture wasn't just about patches and turf wars. It was also about pride, identity, and respect. In California biker history, their name stands tall because they proved you could be outlaw, but you could be independent and still be rooted in your community. The Galloping Goose MC. The Galloping Goose is one of the oldest and most respected outlaw motorcycle clubs on the planet. Founded in Los Angeles, California in the 40s, making it one of the oldest outlaw clubs. Rumor has it that their name came from a small locomotive called the Galloping Goose that ran in Colorado. The Goose were part of the infamous 1947 Hollister rally, one of the events that gave rise to the term one percenter. While their strongest base later grew in the Midwest, the California chapter was key to their outlaw roots and cemented their place in biker history. Now shout to all the clubs out there, Insanos, Chicanos, Mexicanos, all the clubs that showed me love when I was out there. There's Rough Riders out there. There are so many clubs in California. There's no way I can name them all. Like I would need to have like a encyclopedia of clubs to name every one. There's so many. So shout to everybody out there. Now let's talk about some of the famous celebrities of California motorcycle culture. Peter Fonda and Dennis Hopper, the two Cali rebels who didn't just act, they rode. In 1969, they dropped Easy Rider, a film born in California that flipped the whole world's view of motorcycles. This wasn't about outlaw clubs, no cuts, no colors. It was about the freedom of the road, the rebellion of the counterculture, and the soul of California in the 60s. And those bikes, the Captain American chopper with the American flag tank and Hopper's flame-covered Billy bike. To this day, those are the two most copied motorcycles in history. Every custom shop in the world has tried to recreate them. Long hair, chrome choppers, and a ride from LA all the way into legend. Easy Rider made motorcycles the universal symbol of rebellion. Fonda and Hopper didn't just make a movie, they gave biker culture its passport into American mythology, and it all started in California. Jesse James, West Coast Choppers. Jesse James put Long Beach, California on the map with West Coast Choppers, and he paid homage to a lot of clubs and gave light to clubs that people wouldn't know of, like the El Forasteros. Before reality TV turned biker culture into mainstream entertainment, Jesse was building wild one-off custom builds that had rappers, athletes, and Hollywood stars lined up outside his shop. Monster Garage turned him into a household name, but in the biker world, he was the guy who made choppers cool again in the 2000s, straight out of Cali. Jay Leno. Everybody knows Jay Leno for late night TV, but in California, he's just as known for having one of the craziest motorcycle collections in the world. We're talking over 180 bikes, from vintage Harleys to futuristic prototypes. He rides them in the streets of LA, not just locking them away in a garage. Leno is proof that California's biker culture isn't just outlaw patches, there's collectors, builders, and legends keeping history alive on two wheels. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves might be Hollywood's quietest superstar, but in California, he's a legit rider and builder. He co-founded Arch Motorcycle Company in LA, making hand-built, high-performance cruisers that cost more than some houses. Keanu isn't just slapping his name on it. He test rides, he wrenches, he lives it. If you've ever seen him talk about it, he's so into it. From the Matrix to Sunset Boulevard, he's proof that Cali bikers come in all forms, even movie gods. Let's talk about the top 8 places to ride in California. Number 1, the Pacific Coast Highway, the most famous ride on earth, twisting cliffs and ocean views. Number 2, Mulholland Highway and the Snake, the proving ground in LA. Crash here, the world sees it. Number 3, Angeles Crest Highway, 60 miles of mountain sweepers through San Gabriel's Cali biker ritual. Number 4, Hollister, the town where outlaw legend began in 1947. Every July, it's still packed with riders. Number 5, Route 66, the desert stretch in Cali is pure Americana, neon and heat. Number 6, Death Valley, brutal, beautiful and dangerous, a rite of passage for hardcore bikers. Number 7, Yosemite, ride into granite cliffs and waterfalls like nowhere else on earth. Number 8, Avenue of the Giants, Northern Cali redwoods towering over your bars. Nature reminding you how small you are. Real quick, I want to share a little story real quick of where I think was the coolest ride I ever had. And I was going to Cook's Corner, and that ride over there was such a culture shock for me, coming from the Bronx where everything is like so gloomy, dark, high buildings, and then going over there and it's like just, it seemed like everything was tan, like the color of Dickies. It was such a culture shock, and it was so amazing. Even the houses were all like sand. They looked like they were made out of sand. It was just the illest ride, coolest scenery. Like, I got to do that again next time I go out there. I love being a New York person. I wouldn't think I would like something like that, but it was so cool seeing that desert. Real quick, people always ask me, how were you almost at 1 million subscribers? Can you teach me how you did it? I put together videos in one package that if you followed it, you will make 6 figures. And if you put a team together, you will make 7. A lot of these suit and ties that teach pay agencies $30K a month to manage their YouTube. I did it myself. Check the link in the description. I guarantee you will win. This isn't just mindset bullshit, it's strategy. Now let me get back to my content. Let's talk about some of the famous biker rallies in California. Number 1, Hollister Independence Rally, 1947. The rally that birthed the 1% legends. Still every July, the streets flood with bikes where it all began. Number 2, the Laughlin River Run. Okay, it's right on the Nevada border, but Cali clubs roll in heavy. The 2002 Mongols vs. Hells Angels war made national news here. Number 3, the Born Free Show in Orange County. Choppers, customs, and Cali style. It's the biggest modern biker show on the West Coast. Number 4, the Redwood Run. Up north in the Redwoods, one of the last old school biker rallies left. Camping, partying, and no rules. California rallies ain't just events. They're the heartbeat of biker culture, where history, brotherhood, and chaos all collide. Shout to everybody from California, because every time I'm out there, the love is like, it's unmatched. I always have a good time when I go out there. Let me know what your favorite state to ride in is, and let me know what state you would like to see next. And if you're a club that wants to be featured on these series as I continue to add more states in, let me know that in the comments. And also, you could send us your footage at demonsrow@gmail.com with a little write-up of your club. Listen, you got to do this the right way though. Give me like at least a 30-second little script telling me about your club. Send me some pictures and videos all in one email. If you send me 1 million different emails, I'm not going to be able to do it because it gets too messy. Send it all in one email and we will shout your club out and give you the love you deserve. So this was Bikers of California. I'm Sos the Ghost, and thank you for tuning in to Demons Row TV, the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.